So like we say, we've got a big box, a little box, and now we're going to use burnt sienna. I love this colour, is beautiful. It's like a, well, you can see the colour when it's finished, but it's really a Mediterranean-y colour in my mind. And considering that these are student colours, by the way, the finished product is beautiful, isn't it? Just goes to show you don't need to spend fortunes on artist supplies, which reduces the stress 20-fold, because you know, a tube of this paint in the UK, it's less than £3 and it lasts weeks, months. Alright, so I've made a very light wash of burnt sienna, and obviously this is now going to be my box on the end, and at this end I'm just going to run through because they're about the same height, aren't they? So that's the box at this end, and what I've done, I've just left it, you know, because of the steps that are, I'm just looking at my reference material, but you can see your own, and the steps at this end here, just leave a little space like that. And then we've got the other building now, haven't we, behind this, so let's just block that in, and for that we'll just use, we've got the roof, which just goes like to a little point, and then we've got that building behind, so that's like an oblong, isn't it? And that's got its wooden kind of what's the word, balcony affair that we'll do later. And then what we want to do now is the perspective bit, if you like, you know, that roof just going down. So I'll just clean my hake. Now I'll just show you this while I'm cleaning my hake. We just run our fingers very, very gently like that, just so you get your hake nice and straight, you know, like a sharp edge. And you can then just wet it slightly into the raw sienna, and it doesn't matter this angle, that it doesn't matter. What does matter is that you remember to stop it about there, and that angle, as long as it's somewhere near. Just need some more paint out. And we can start actually now making it a little bit darker, you know, because we know where everything's going to be. So I'm making quite a dark wash of raw sienna now there, just to fill that in. And then later we'll just reiterate the eaves of the roof, and we can use the light red actually, the burnt sienna, just when that's dry, just to tell you where the roof part is, like that. Now these lines are all going to blur now, well, because what we'll do now is let it dry at this stage. So I'm just using both colours now. We'll let it dry. And before we leave it, we'll just have a little look where that balcony is. Now if you say that's the bottom, that's where the canal is, at the bottom, and the steps, and the other house on the end there, this is running in a little bit too much, so I'm just going to stop it like that with my tissue and get my Hake, clean it, and I'm trying to do this so you can see, so I'll just move that along a little bit, and again, just this now becomes like a tool to cut the paint at a certain place, and then all that's extra, that's, you know, puddling together, just spread it out a little bit so it takes the paint off as well. Now what we can do now is dry it, but we've decided that the steps coming down there, the canal runs along there, and on this building we've got a balcony around about there, haven't we? So again, using your tissue, just take a little bit of it out, roughly where that balcony is, and you've got those archways. We'll try and just have a go at that. So I'm just taking a little bit out, aren't I? So that it'll be white underneath, roughly where I think those windows are. Got a row at the top, and then you've got some underneath there, which, and on this little building here, there's a couple of big windows, isn't there? One either side, and a big one at the bottom, and a doorway. Oh, now you've also got the steps going up there, so just suggest it. I don't think I'll bother with the whites on the windows on this building. I don't think there's enough of it to worry about. You see I've made a mess there with my hand, but it doesn't matter, it'll just go to make nice textures. It really will. So what we're going to do now is let this dry. I'm actually going to get a hairdryer on it. Now I'll show you the hair drying part. I think you can flick through it if you don't want to watch it, but I'm going to stop this part now, and I'm going to get my hairdryer, and in the next part it'll just be drying it off, and you can just see how I do it. Possibly learn something, but what I want you to just take on board is the fact that all we've done is take that reference material, and we've taken 4 boxes, haven't we? And we're not trying to draw every little bit, we're not trying to get it perfect, we just have to get in the feeling of the area. So I'll see you in the next part when this is dry.